Hello, friends. Greg Braden here. Well, it's a new year. That means new programs. That's what I want to talk to you about right now, but I have a special guest to help us talk about those programs. This is our producer. His name is Elon Cohen. I personally have worked with Elon for more years than I can count. I'll let him tell you how many years we've been together. I want to say, Elon, welcome to this broadcast and thank you for all the work that we're about to do together. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you about a very special upcoming program.
I'm really happy to be here with you, Greg, and everyone's that's joining us on this live recording. Yes, as you mentioned, we worked for many years. We can start counting, but that will take time from our interview talk
Yeah.
here about your new program, which we have done similar programs like this in a very beautiful place.
Yeah.
Just under 3 months, we will be in New Mexico at the Santa Ana Pueblo Reservation. We're on a beautiful Hyatt resort, guided by your profound teachings of
Mm.
pure human breakthrough, where people had major significant breakthroughs and changes that they were looking to do in their lives, in many aspects of their life.
Yeah.
Uh, we will be there to do that again, and I look forward to hearing from you what you will bring this time again.
Yeah, Elon. Well, first, I just want to thank you for so many reasons. I think when we do these events, they tell us how seamless they appear and how easy it looks. And that is a testament to you and the work you do behind the scenes because there's so much energy, so many moving pieces that go into, as an event producer, to putting these together. That's why you and I have worked together for so long because you do such a beautiful job for me. This program is titled Pure Human Breakthrough. Many of you know I have a new book being released this year, Hay House book. It is titled Pure Human, The Hidden Truth of Our Divinity, Power, and Destiny. Now, I want you to know that the program goes beyond what the book could possibly offer to us. The themes are parallel, but the experiential components of what we do in a live event and for 4 days, I just want people to know it's not a carbon copy of the book. I've had people ask me, well, if I read the book, does that mean I've already done the program? The answer is no. So let's start at the top. The location. Many years ago, we established a relationship with this very unique, very exquisite property. It is called the Tamaya, Tamaya Resort and Spa. The Hyatt Corporation established a very unique relationship with the indigenous people here in northern New Mexico. And this is located on the Santa Ana Pueblo, in an isolated location. Literally, when we are at this event, there is nothing else there. I mean, you're not going to go out and be walking to other restaurants and other cafes and things. And that's the intent. We want this to be a retreat style environment, but an elegant, high-end retreat style environment. The land is beautiful native land. There's horseback riding, there is hiking along the river trail, beautiful sunsets, multiple restaurants, multiple buffets, indoor, outdoor fireplaces, year round under the beautiful New Mexico skies. And we designed it this way so that when the group comes together, we build a community without the diversions and the distractions that you would have in an event center, convention center, for example, in a big city. And people have told us how much they really appreciate this. There is a spa, with massage and beautiful workout facilities and all that, but it's all on the property. And what that does, Elon, it gives me the opportunity to immerse myself, because I'm staying there with you, immerse myself with this community in this event. But the 4 days, each day has a specific purpose. It has a beginning and an end. The breakthrough part of pure human breakthrough is just that, is the ability to know ourselves in ways beyond the way we typically think and know and accept ourselves and accept our potentials and accept our capabilities and accept our capacities. It's based on the best science of the modern world. I got to tell you, the new science is telling us, man, we're absolutely not what we've been told. We're so much more than we've been led to believe. This is a combination of science, of lecture, of deep experience. Uh, Half of one afternoon and half of the next day are designed to go beyond words and language using a form of breath work that some of you may be familiar with and some of you aren't. And I want to address this because many people, when they hear breath work, they think of the original holotropic breath work. That's not what this is. This isn't rebirthing. It's not holotropic breath work. It's a unique form. I'll just tell you what happened. I was leading a group in Costa Rica at a wellness facility in Costa Rica where they offered breath work, and I allowed myself to become immersed in that. I did it along with the students, no holds barred. I didn't hold anything back. And it was so profound for me. I spoke to the facilitator and I said, would you be willing to come to the US and facilitate these in our events? And the answer was a big yes. But it's not just a single facilitator, because to do this professionally, responsibly, in a way that is honoring to you as a participant, I'm speaking right in the camera to our participants. What I know is that there's a deep level of trust that comes from surrendering our emotional control to the breath work. And we address that in this program. To facilitate the breath work, we have a community of facilitators from all over the world. There are from Europe, Australia, Canada, some from some of the Asian countries, some even from America, who have been trained specifically in this form of breath work to support people going through their process if people choose to have that support. They don't have to. What that means is if in the breathwork process you find yourself in a space that is uncomfortable for you or concerning for any reason, you've got someone there that has done this so many times with so many people in so many cultures and so many languages and so many parts of the world. They know exactly what to do to facilitate navigating you through that space in a healthy way. And I have to tell you, it's one of the most profound experiences when you look at people's eyes. Lon, you have seen this. You look at people's eyes before they begin and after they're finished, and it is they're light years of differences. They're so light and so free and so joyous as the biochemical burden of emotional trauma is allowed to metabolize and move through the body. And I will define exactly what that means in the program, but in a nutshell, what it means is that every emotional experience, good and bad, we create biochemicals in our body. They're called neuropeptides that want to metabolize through the body. And typically they can, unless they are locked in trauma at a time, at an age in our life when we don't have the ability to free those chemicals, to process the experience. And so our body will typically store those for minutes, days, weeks, or years, or decades. And even though we may have gone through talking about the trauma, which is useful, many people feel like it's not complete. And this form of breath work is a big part of where the breakthrough comes from. So the whole idea of this program, the way you live your life is based upon the way you think of yourself, your indoctrination, the conditioning, family, friends, culture, society, science, religion, direct experience, all inform us and tell us how to think about ourselves. The breakthrough is discovering new ways and safely embracing those in a healthy way. New experiences allow new potentials to awaken within each of us. So the breath work is only one part of that. New discoveries in the best sciences of the modern world are teaching us how to free the potentials within the body. Certainly the heart is part of that. Certainly the brain is part of that. New neural capacities, heart brain potentials together. Then we begin to look at where these traumas come from. And for most of us, they come from some form of human relationship in the past, either in the womb or a relationship with our caregivers or an intimate, perhaps romantic relationship with another individual, with friendships. The deepest relationship is the one we have with ourselves. And what I want you to know, those relationships are not random. There's a sequence, there's a hierarchy to the kinds of relationships that we have. And that sequence was documented over 2,500 years ago because humans were having the same experiences then that they are now. We spend a full day and a good part of another day going through identifying these 2,500-year-old texts, what the mirrors of human relationship are, how they play out in the world, how they apply to our lives, and then what particular mirrors are up for us in the moment, and then the ability to process all of that freely because the breath work has given us the freedom to move into that and so much more. But I wanted to just say this. This is to give you a sense of where the breakthrough comes from. It's a combination of not only thinking of ourselves differently, but feeling differently about ourselves. And this is for any age. A minimum, I think, is 16, is what we say. We've had people all the way into their 90s for the first time knowing themselves in the freedom of what it feels like to let the burden of their trauma go. And we all have trauma. It just comes from different places and it means different things to different people. So, this is what the breakthrough portion of this program is about. We have a lot of surprises. We have world-class musicians for evening music on one of the nights. We have a lot of open discussion. It is a place for community. And this is what's so important to build the trust within a community in this beautiful bubble on native land under the New Mexico skies. So I'm excited about this program. We have offered it in the past. This is a new iteration this year, and that's why I wanted to talk to people about this. And it will be, you will see items in the book that are covered. So if you've got the book, some of the things in that book you're going to see, especially earlier in the book. But as we go through the book in the later chapters, those kinds of things will not be reflected in this course because we're doing the experiential things that I can't do in the written word. So, Elon, does that make sense? Did I cover the high points, you think, for what as a producer, let me ask this. As a producer watching this happen, what is it that you see happen to people that come to these events?
Well, like you just said, Greg, I mean, we saw people over the years from many ages, many backgrounds, many different situations in their lives. People come with a situation in relationships, which is common, in or out of relationships, with work, with
Yeah.
career, with family, with their communities, and really wanting to find the community, just you just mentioned with your teachings because they've been following you, if not years, just even recently found out about you. And they say, okay, these are 4 days where I can come to a safe, beautiful, guided, experiential, and teachings with your meditations, with your extensive knowledge and wisdom and really distill all that information into their own being, into their own lives. And the stories just uh,
Right.
pour out of people when they go over the days. Everything is very, very well synthesized, I would say, by you. The program is built. I think people also, I want people to understand that this is a unique opportunity for people to learn with you in person over those many days because you don't offer this type of program anywhere else. So they can come and from morning to late evening, and then we have additional surprises as well to do the deep work. And they investing their time, they investing their money, they investing time away from their families. So when they leave this place, they will come different than they came in. And that's what we always get back, the feedbacks, the stories, the testimonials, the smiles, the joy and happiness. And I look forward, you made me even more excited this time for next program. And also returning to Tamaya, which is our home base for this type of intensive 4-day retreats. This is your home state as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited and look forward to see the new lives being changed in front of us
I,
and with.
I am as well. When I get excited just talking about the program, I kind of wish it was like tomorrow. But one of the things that was important to me, I put myself in the position of an attendee, and I wanted to offer a place that beauty is paramount to me. Beauty has always played a powerful role in my life. From the indigenous perspective, beauty is actually a force of nature. And I wanted to be in a place that was uplifting. We wake up every morning and we go to sleep every night surrounded and immersed in this raw beauty of nature without the sounds of city traffic and city lights and the diversions of city life, all of which I appreciate. But for this particular program, we wanted people to feel safe in this buffer. The most of the staff that Hyatt hires are from the Pueblo. So it is mostly, not 100%, but mostly indigenous staff. The food, we have two beautiful restaurants and some other cafes. We will have our service. We'll have room service in our event during our breaks. They'll come right down to us and set up those breaks, and the native food is reflected in a lot of that. So it's beautiful food. We do have time off for you to enjoy this beautiful place. If you want to use the spa, if you want a massage, the the hotel itself is like a museum slash art gallery. It is filled with native sculpture. There are cases of native artifacts that are found on the land, as well as contemporary native artwork. It's a very, very unique property, and I have chosen this because when I look at you in the eye and I recognize that you have left your homes, your families, your workplace, you've traveled across the country, in some cases across the world. People come from all over the world for this event. You have dedicated your hard-earned money to this event. I want to look you in the eye and I want to say, welcome to this beautiful place that I am so proud to invite you to share this journey. And this is one place where I can do that. I have only joy about inviting you to come to my home state of New Mexico and to experience the it's pronounced both ways. Some people pronounce it Tamaya and some people pronounce it Tamaya. Both are correct, and the indigenous people accept both ways. But it is a very unique resort. So, Elon, is there anything else? I'm going to invite people where and how to find out more. But is there anything else you'd like to say before we close this part of our program?
I just like to say, make to close that if you feel a calling in your heart, in your being, where you are in your life, to do something very special, to give something for yourself from a very wise brother and man that is just in front of me, and with a very in a very safe environment with professional staff on all levels. And with your guidance, I would highly recommend to join this retreat. And it doesn't, we're not offering it often in a year. It's usually once or twice at the most. And I look forward to meeting you all.
And I just want to say to everyone, the world's changing. That's no secret. What that means is our lives are changing. That's no secret. The key to navigating those changes in a healthy way is the better we know ourselves, the better equipped we are to embrace the changes in the world. Perhaps most importantly, the better we know ourselves, the less we fear our own power. And as we step into, mature, and then step into physically, psychologically, and emotionally and spiritually, as we step into our own power, doesn't necessarily change what happens in the world. It changes how we feel about what happens. It changes our ability to navigate the good times as well as the tough times, to do it in a really, really good way, in a healthy and responsible way for ourselves and for our families. And that is the goal of what we're offering. My goal when you leave this program is that you have a deeper respect and even a deeper appreciation for the gift of your humanness. Pure human, that's the title. We live in an age when we're being taught that we are flawed as a species, that we need technology to replace us, AI and computers, and it's good to use them. I have no problem with them, but we want them outside of our bodies, not in our bodies. And the better we begin to understand the potential of the human body, the less we feel a need for that external technology, at least in the ways that we're being conditioned to accept it. So this course helps us not only in our personal lives, but it helps us navigate the world that has arrived at our doorstep and to do so in a healthy way. So if being with a group of like-minded souls from all over the world for 4 days, this is an English only course. I want to be very clear about that. We have no translators. But if that speaks to you and if what you're hearing sounds like it's something that would support your journey, check out this program. Click on the link that you see with this on this site. And Elon and I look forward to seeing you, Pure Human Breakthrough Tamiya 2025. Thank you so much.